Hello there. I have Sere here for board and train. Today is, I believe, day 5 of Sere's boarding. And so up to this point, we have been doing some low-level e-collar stuff. We've been doing a lot of really simple commands that Sere already knew, like we were doing sit, stay, lay down, stuff like that she already knew, pairing it with the e-collar and food for a reward at a working level. Sere has a very low working level. She's working at a 1. And so she's doing great. She's here for some dog aggression issues. However, I shouldn't say dog aggression, I should say dog reactivity issues. However, Sere is an interesting situation because she's a little bit different than most dogs. Sere, which is actually short for serendipity, that's why the funny spelling on the name for those of you that don't know. And Sere's owner is a physical therapist. So Sere is a therapy dog. She gets to go a lot of times to work with her and everything. Nope. She has a wound on her side where she was actually injured in a dog fight. So right now, what we are doing is we're teaching a place command. And Sere's already been trained a kind of loose version of the place command. And the command that the owner uses is blanket. And blanket means go and lay on your blanket and stay there. But she's not 100% on it. She doesn't really have a good release command with it. So what we're doing is we're actually adding a second command of place. So today I'm working on blanket with her, and blanket means go to this blanket that I'm pointing at and stay there until I release you. Now, what we're going to do is I have a specific blanket that once we get further into this process, I'm going to pattern her on a very specific blanket. And the word for that one is place. So when I say place, she's to go to that specific pillow and nowhere else. And when I say blanket, she's to go to whatever I point to. Border Collies are extremely intelligent, so this is something that would be easy for her to do. When I'm training blanket, I'm going to generalize it, which means that I'm going to do several different things. Right now I have a beach towel, I have a dog bed in the other room that we'll be practicing it on in the next few days. Just whatever I point to is her blanket. And so that way, this is something versatile that the owner can use pretty much anywhere she takes her. She can tell her, Sere, blanket, and have her go lay down on whatever blanket. Nope, don't lick it. Now, that being said, the reason that we're training a more specific, fine-tuned place command to go to a specific blanket is because when she takes her to the office, that way she can be in there off-leash, she can come out into the waiting room, and if something happens and she needs her to go back into her office very quickly for any reason, she can tell her Sere place, and Sere will know to go back to that pillow. So that's something that's going to be in the same spot all the time, and it's going to be the same pillow all the time. That way, that is a specific command where this is a more generalized command. So just something interesting for you guys to know about dog training. You can generalize things. You can also train specific things. So you can do this with almost any command. I've seen people use different words for their commands. I met another dog trainer one time that just used off-the-wall words, like he would tell his dog banana, and that meant lay down. So the words that we use don't necessarily matter as much as how we train them with the dog. I love her tail. You see this tail? This is like the best tail ever. It's nice and plumed and pretty. You have a pretty tail, Sere. So anyways, I'm gonna get some dog food here. We work for kibble in my training program. So we're gonna run through this a few times. Now you're trying to lay down. You're gonna try everything for that kibble, aren't you? Okay, Sere, blanket. Good girl. And now she's going to sit here and eat for a little while. I want her to stay on this blanket though until I tell her to come off. Now, she knows the command blanket, so she's kind of got the idea of, oh, okay, I'm supposed to go over to that thing. But she's not the greatest about staying there until released. So she does have a tendency to break this several times in a row. There we go. Nope. There we go. Good girl. I love that Border Collie down. Border Collies have the best down. They're just fast about it. Okay, good girl. Very good, good girl. All right, we need more dog food. Now, when I give the command to go to the blanket, I'm pressing the stem button on the e-collar. Like I said, she's working at a level 1. It's a very low level. It's 1 out of 100, so it's 1/100th of the highest stem. You're sticking your tongue out at me. Ready? Blanket. Good girl. You see how excited she is about that. So for those of you that are on the fence about e-collar training, you can see kind of how e-collar training works. Now keep in mind, this dog has been here for, I think, 5 days. I picked her up on, when did I pick you up? Was it Sunday? I think it was Sunday that I picked her up. It was either Saturday or Sunday. Tells you how busy my week has been. Okay, very good. Good girl, good girl. Sarah, blanket. Good girl.
7 plus 9.
No, blanket. Come on. There we go. Good girl. No, blanket. Stay there. Now, another thing, you just heard that banging in the background. That's Creeper. That's our Doberman. He's in his kennel in this room while we're working on this. Sarah was attacked by 2 other dogs, and so ever since then she's been very reactive towards other dogs. So we're doing some working around other dogs while they're in the room. We did some training where we had her eating around other dogs. So for a while there, she was eating only when there were other dogs around, things like that, to kind of desensitize her. As some trainers will call it, counter conditioning her to the other dogs, just the presence of the other dogs. That's what we're doing also right now. There's a dog in his kennel right here. He's making noise, he's moving around, and she's doing a great job of ignoring him. Okay, very good, good girl, very good. Sarah, sit. Good girl. Down. Good girl. Very good. Gotta love that border collie down. Can't get a better down than that. She is excited. Ready? You're ready, aren't you? Sarah, down. Good girl. Very good. Good girl. Super food motivated. This is like the best. Ready? Blanket. Good girl. Now, that time, I hesitated before I put the food down. And you'll notice also, I didn't walk all the way to the blanket. I stopped short of the blanket and sent her on ahead of me. Nope. There we go. Nope. Stay on the blanket. Now, she's been trained this before, but she hasn't been patterned with a release command for it. This is the first day that I'm doing this with her. And so when I first start training this, I use a release command. And my release command is, okay, good girl. So because she hasn't had that part of the training in the past, this is something that the owner trained her on their own. And because she hasn't had that part of the training in the past, we're having to add that. So we're starting over basically from scratch. She knows what blanket means. She just doesn't know when it is she's allowed to get up. In the past, she's been allowed to get up just kind of on her own free will. So, ready? Blanket. Very good. Good girl.
7 plus 9.
Nope. Blanket.
7 plus 9.
There's whining and you're not even paying attention to it. What a good dog. Okay. Very good. Good girl. So, we've got some distractions going on in this room right now. We've got, as you can see, Creeper is in his kennel over there in the corner. We've also got my daughter over here doing homework, and she's talking to herself and everything. But Sarah's doing great, so I'll keep everybody updated on her progress. Say bye to everybody. Come here. What are you doing? You after my phone? Okay, so there's Sarah. You guys have a good day.